2 additional states have taken major strides to protecting the Second Amendment for the citizens of those states. We'll talk about those states here on this episode of Guns and Gadgets. Hey everybody, welcome back to Guns and Gadgets, your premier source for Second Amendment news. Before I jump into the news, I just wanted to let everybody know that we at Blackout Coffee are having an Easter sale. You can get 20% off everything as long as the order is over $35. Just use code EASTER20 at checkout. And again, 20% off the entire website to include hats, shirts, hoodies, mugs, tumblers, coffee, tea, and hot chocolate. Jump on it, guys and gals, because Easter's tomorrow and it ends. You can do that by hitting that link down below and in the pinned comment, blackoutcoffee.com/GNG, and save money now. Let's get into the 2 states. I usually don't do 2 different states in one video because I like to drive people, and when I drive towards one half of the video, people generally won't watch the second half. So let's get into this, just letting you know that we're going to talk about 2 states here. So we're going to start first with West Virginia. Some good news out of West Virginia if you are a resident and you're following the Second Amendment Sanctuary Bill. House Bill 2694 has come out of the House. It was passed by a vote of 74 to 22. It is now in the state Senate and has been assigned to the state Senate Judiciary Committee. I will have a link down below. You can get a hold of committee members and tell them you want this to get out of committee and make it to the Senate floor for a full vote. Now, if you live in West Virginia and you're not really sure what this bill is, if this is new to you, first off, subscribe to this channel because this is where you find that information here on Guns and Gadgets. And hit the like and share this with everybody else. I'll have a link down below to the bill. I'm going to rip through a couple of things that it entails. I'll put it on the screen as I say it, and then we'll jump into the second topic of today. As you can see here on the screen, this bill would say that the legislature of the state of West Virginia finds that the right to keep and bear arms is a fundamental right. I'm going to rip through these real quick. You can pause it and read it in detail. Firearm owners are valuable and essential members of the West Virginia community. A relationship of trust between the West Virginia firearms owners and the state and local agencies is central to public safety. And you can see the rest here. The prohibitions, what this bill would do, is it would prohibit any agency or department, monies, or personnel to investigate, interrogate, detain, or detect, or aid a federal agency in whole or in part, or arrest persons for federal law enforcement purposes, including any of the following: inquiring into the individual's ownership regarding a firearm, an accessory, or ammunition. Also go against detaining an individual on the basis of a hold request solely based off of an alleged firearm violation federally. You can see all the others here, but it basically is just telling local and state law enforcement that you are supposed to stand for and support the rights of the people in this state, not enforce federal gun control, and this would put penalties on those who did. So again, West Virginia, it's HB 2694. It is passed through the House. It is now in the Senate, and it's now your turn to call your Senate Judiciary Committee and tell them to pass it through and get it to a full vote. So now let's talk about South Carolina. South Carolina has this bill. It's called the Unorganized Militia Bill, and it is a pretty cool bill, but we'll talk about it real quick because I kind of believe, in my heart of hearts, I believe this bill doesn't even need to be done, and you'll see what I mean. So this bill is Senate Bill 614 in South Carolina, and it was submitted by State Senator Tom Corbin. And Tom Corbin submitted this similar bill in 2012-2013 in response to Barack Obama's veiled promises at confiscating firearms and deleting the Second Amendment. Well, now that his partner in crime, old Smokey Joe, is in power, he has submitted that same bill. Now, there are a couple things that this bill looks to do that are pretty well spelled out in the Constitution of the United States, but I'll read you a couple quotes by the senator so you can see what makes his mind tick, and then we'll tell you what you can do to help get it passed in South Carolina. Now, I guess in order to be correct in the flow of things, I'm going to explain to you what South Carolina law says already regarding militia, and it's pretty straightforward. It says that any able-bodied South Carolinian over the age of 17 is a member of the state's unorganized militia, and the militia can be called upon by the governor in case of war, riot, insurrection, invasion, in breach of the peace. And through this current bill, they're looking to lay out how gun rights can be strengthened by laying out how militia members can arm themselves. And that's what this whole new thing is about here. So some quick quotes from Senator Tom Corbin, who's a state senator in South Carolina. And he is a Republican in District 5, if that means anything to you in South Carolina. If he's yours, you should call him. He said, at the end of the day, the federal government cannot disarm a state-standing army. However, there is no definition under South Carolina law as to what the weaponry is of our unorganized militia. This bill states an unorganized militia member at his own expense shall have the right to possess and keep all arms that could be legally acquired or possessed by a South Carolina citizen as of December 31st, 2020, so as of the end of last year. This includes but is not limited to pistols, shotguns, and rifles, as well as any magazines or clips, all components, and all ammunition fitted for such weapons. Corbin states that this would make members of the unorganized militia exempt from any changes to federal law. It has been a concern of mine and others that the federal government may in some form or fashion try to do some type of limitation of Second Amendment rights, i.e. confiscation, mandatory buybacks, or something like that. Now on your screen is Senate Bill S-614 from South Carolina, and it's pretty simple, guys and gals. It's only a couple of lines, so I'll read the whole thing. And it says, Section 1, Article 1, Chapter 1, Title 25 of the 1976 Code is amended by adding A. Pursuant to the provision of Section 25-1-60, an able-bodied citizen of this state who is over 17 years of age and can legally purchase a firearm is deemed a member of the unorganized militia unless he is already a member of the National Guard or the organized militia not in National Guard service. B. The organized militia will be under the supervision of the governor, who shall serve as commander-in-chief, and the adjutant general, and shall be regulated through the actions of the General Assembly. C. The powers and duties of the unorganized militia include 1. The unorganized militia may be ordered to active duty pursuant to the provisions of Section 25-1-1890. 2. An unorganized militia member at his own expense shall have the right to possess and keep all arms that could be legally acquired or possessed by a South Carolina citizen as of December 31st, 2020. This includes but is not limited to shouldered rifles and shotguns, handguns, clips, magazines, all components, and all ammunition fitted for such weapons. 3. The unorganized militia may not fall under any law or regulation or the jurisdiction of any person or entity outside of South Carolina. That's you, Bobo Biden. And 4, an unorganized militia member may resign at any time from the unorganized militia, at which time he will resume his civilian status. And Section 2 says this act takes effect upon approval by the governor. And where does this bill stand? It just came out of committee in the Senate, and it is now looking like it's going to head to the floor for a vote. So if you live in South Carolina, I'll have a link down below in the description as well to your state senators, so you can call yours and let them know you want this bill to pass. So now, why did I say that I didn't think this bill really was required? It's, according to the Constitution, we all are the militia. We are the unorganized militia. But we all know that the feds, the Fed boys, they don't seem to think that that Constitution means anything anymore. They wipe certain areas of their body with it regularly. So I'm glad that the state is stepping up, that this senator has put forth this bill again. Hopefully this time it gets a little more traction, but that falls on you, the residents of South Carolina. If you want it to pass, you have to motivate yourself, your friends, your family, your neighbors, and anybody else you might know or meet. So start those conversations, start directing the calls and emails and all that stuff to your state senators and get this bill passed. All right, guys and gals, tomorrow is Easter. I will not do a video. I'm going to take the day and spend it with my family, and I hope that you do the same. If you don't celebrate Easter, I hope you have a great whatever it is that you celebrate. To those celebrating Easter, I hope you have a great one. I hope you get to build some strong memories, ones that will last forever with your family. And from the bottom of my heart, to you and yours, thank you for all of your time and your support here on Guns and Gadgets. It means a ton to us, and I hope to see you Monday. And be great, you know, be well, be safe, stay vigilant, and carry a weapon, but be kind to the family. Some of us only see each other once a year, so let it be a good one. All right, guys and gals, I hope you're going to enjoy it, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, everybody.